Hi traders, in this video we will summarize the best weekly setups from our CSCALP channel. Please subscribe for the channel with setups, the link you will find in the description. Let's start discussing the weekly setups, trying to analyze them, and finally we will make a conclusion what setups work out better on the current stage of the market. The first weekly setup that worked out very good was .USDT. According to the description, the instrument was in a local downtrend. It entered a strong resistance zone and gained a foothold at the bottom. It means that here we see several approach to the strong local level with the potential of cascade levels breakout, because here we have quite strong accumulated pool of liquidity, especially on 1 hour time frame. There was enough time to accumulate this liquidity. Finally, there was the breakout, and it gave us 2 and 2%. From the very beginning, the breakout wasn't so impulsive, but anyway, you could hold position and close 2 and 2% of profit. The next setup are RB. There was a local downtrend according to the description, and here above the inclined level the buyer was unable to update to renew the highs, as a result of which the price was pressed to the inclined line. This slope was tested many times, and finally sellers gained the momentum and finally broke this slope. And here there was the insane movement. From the very beginning it was quite weak, but then there was the acceleration of movement, and finally the maximum potential profit was 11%. In such cases we recommend fixing by small parts and finally leave the smallest part of your position, for example 30% at least, to give a chance to your trade to maximize your profit. The next setup was Ocean USDT. I can stress out here that by that moment there was already an ascending structure and dynamic support for 3 waves. The author was expecting the breakout, the impulse breakout from this point after the third touch to this level. And finally, they were the accumulation of several cascade levels, as you see, that usually really increase the potential of the breakout. Because the more levels we see here, untouched levels, I mean, the more liquidity above situated. And there was 3.6% of movement. There wasn't quite sharp breakout. There was more the pushing the price out of this formation, and more looks like a positional trade. Anyway, the maximum profit was 3.6%. The one with efficient trading would probably fix on corrections by 3 parts, finally leaving the last one 20-30% of position to make this renewal of highs. The next setup is SHIB-USDT that looks really perfect. According to the description, the tool has formed several cascade levels, behind which the author expected to see the feet of participants who opened short positions. Moreover, there was the positive angle here, as you see, the local uptrend movement towards the breakout, towards the level where we had previously 3 touches to the level. The more times we touch the level, the higher the probability of the breakout. So again, here we have a positive angle towards these levels, 3 touches to the levels, cascade levels accumulation, and according to 1 hour time frame, here we potentially have a really good accumulation of liquidity. Finally, it gave us 3.4%. The movement was quite sharp, and it was quite realistic to get all these 3%. LQTY, very short and effective trade. The buyer's power was increasing while sellers were losing momentum. Finally, there was a chance to open the position in execution of this huge limit order to catch very good impulse, because above and below the triangles there is usually huge amount of liquidity that the price usually like to grab. Finally, the breakout gave 3.8%, quite sharp movement with almost with no corrections, and that was really good trade. ARBUSDT, according to the description, the instrument was first in the growth in the rate, very high volatility and activity, large trade volumes, and there was a descending slope on the 5 minutes time frame. And moreover, not only the slope, but potential cascade levels, as you see. And frankly speaking, I really like this analysis. It looks really realistic. And the logic of crypto price movement implies such outbreaks, such breakouts of slope towards the potential horizontal levels. It usually works out really good. On the instrument with high volatility, such setups work out almost in 90% of cases. And here we had the cascade avalanche execution of stop losses above this inclined level. Finally, 12%. That was the most efficient trade of the previous week. But I'm sure most traders who managed to catch it closed all the position here, somewhere at 8 or even 10% of movement. But maybe some of them added position on the retest and then made a profit again. There was a chance to get the maximum profit of 12%. That's insane. And the final one for today, SXPUSDT. After the upward movement, we see the beginning of downtrend correction. In this stage, we see that buyers were getting weaker and weaker, and the sellers were gaining momentum. The breakout of this slope that was as a kind of support was the sign for beginning of the correction, local correction. And indeed, finally, the breakout of this slope initiated the quite sharp correction. And I really believe that most traders who participated in this movement really had a chance to catch at least 6 or 5%, and the whole movement of the potential profit was 7.2%. That's all for today, and according to all these situations we analyzed, I can summarize that as you see, at the current stage of market, such setups as breakout of horizontal levels and breakout of inclined levels work out really good. I really hope that we are on the edge of the bullish market. I really expect this, because the percentage of the breakout of horizontal and inclined levels show us that we are closing to the bullish rally that usually give us really good movements. Thank you for your attention. Stay tuned with the CSCALP TV. The video was prepared by the CSCALP Trading Terminal team.